egg shape in the middle. That's all you have to do. I know, you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with the shark? But you'll see. And if you make the egg a little bit, less round or shapes, a little weird, it's okay. It's alright. Now, pick an end of the egg, left side or the right side, as the head of the shark. And we'll put a point here, roughly around here. And we're going to draw a straight line from this point to the egg, to the top of the egg, like this. And we're going to do the same thing to the bottom, like so. Looks kind of like a bird right now. Now we're going to do almost the same thing here, except this time put the dot much further back, almost like twice the size of the egg. You know what I mean? So maybe here. So we're going to put a dot here, and then we're going to draw two more straight lines. It's alright if they're not perfectly straight, as long as you get the general shape correct. And we have that. Alright, now comes the slightly trickier part. Now, we're going to start with the tail. And the tail, you start at the end like this. Not the exact end point, but a little bit forward. Right around here maybe. And then you're going to draw a straight line that goes straight up like that. And then we're going to draw another line here that goes down like this, but not as far down, okay? Just a little bit. Maybe the same distance to the bottom of the egg. And then we're going to draw a line that connects those two, and bam, we got our tail. Now we're going to go back to the egg. Everything is is in relation to the egg. If you imagine the egg as cut in half like this, right? We're going to use this point here, and we're going to draw a line roughly about there. It doesn't matter if you did it a little bit back, a little bit further, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. It's not a big deal. And we're going to draw a straight line like this. And then we're going to draw another line straight down, but leaning towards that way. So something like this. Maybe you have your shark a little bit, the fin, a little bit sharper or wider, doesn't matter. So that's just the way I did it right now. And now we're going to go back to our egg again, and this time we're going to go roughly between these 2 points, right? Roughly between the middle of the egg and the bottom of the egg, roughly in between. And we're going to just use that point right there. This is the tricky part, and we're going to draw something like this. And then we're going to do another triangle. It's all like a triangle if you think about it. Okay, and now we're going to do another triangle. Form a straight line, almost a straight line, and then comes down here. Now if you're really good at this, you can add a little curve to it, so it's not a perfect straight line, so it's slightly more realistic. And now we're going to add another little shaped triangle right here, like so. Okay, so far so good. I think it's pretty straightforward. Rewind if you need to follow up on anything. But now we have our basic shape of the shark already, if you can tell. And now we're going to just add the eyes, really, and I think we're done pretty much. I mean, if you want, technically sharks have two more little fins. I don't know what they're called right now. Right here, and you can add in just like the way you added those two, but just make it smaller. And sharks have another two. What is the secondary tail? I don't know what it's called. Right here, like that. Okay, I know right now it looks kind of weird and doesn't look like a shark yet, but that's because we have not fixed the head. So Now let's place our eyes, and this part here is a little bit tricky too, because you have to make sure that the eye is in the right position. So if you look at our egg, and if you cut our egg into, you know, like halves and halves, put the eye right in this corner right here. That's an easy way for you to remember, right? And you can put a little black dot in the middle for the eye. Maybe even a little eyebrow if you want. Maybe he's angry. And now we need to add the mouth. That's the big thing, right, about the shark. And you just take the eye and comes right down from the eye, right? That's where this dot is, and we're going to kind of, it's like another triangle again, but we're going to curve back this way, and then we're going to curve back this way. It doesn't matter if you make a little bit too long or too short, that's okay. If you want to add a little curve here, that's the best because it looks more realistic. And now I'm going to make all these lines, I'm going to draw over them, but I'm going to add a little bit more curve so it looks a little bit more natural. So especially the nose of the shark, you know, but sharks don't have pointy nose like this. So I'm going to make the nose a little bit rounder, and I'm just going over the line and come down here, connect to this side, and here connect to here. And now of course, you know, it's not a shark until we add the teeth, and that's easy, right? That's easy. Just start adding little triangles on top and triangles on bottom, and we have our teeth. Don't forget the gills. That's also pretty easy. See this egg shaped thing? Just use the middle line as a guide. It's so useful, this egg. I know you wouldn't think it, right? You just have to draw a few lines like this. 1, 2, 3. Maybe if you want to, you can add another one if you want. Up to you. 4 maybe. Now he has some gills to breathe. Alright, now that we've done that, we pretty much have the shark finished. If you want to be more fancy about it, you can add little details like a nose, right? Maybe the thing is going to curve backward so it looks more realistic. Tails, it curves inward a little bit, you know. Feel free to play around until you get the shark that you're looking for. Oh, one thing I forgot. This here is not a straight line because we're drawing a shark. A regular fish, typically their fins are, their tails are a straight line here. But a shark actually comes, their tail actually is like this. Connect back to the dot. That's something that I forgot. Okay. There. That's all we have to do. And look, you have a really nice looking shark. Now what's the point of the Sharpie? The Sharpie is just to show you what the end result looks like now that we have constructed the shark. Even though it's already pretty clear, but if you want to just to, you know, make it even more easier to see, just trace over what you draw with the Sharpie. But this time only cover the lines that you want. So we come back up here, go on to the top, come down all the way down here, and if you accidentally draw a line here, it's not a big deal either, that's fine. It still looks just like a shark. And comes back down here, and tail. This step is so easy, we're just tracing back with what we have already drawn. So you see how a seemingly complicated thing can be done very, very fast and very easily if you just use the right methods. And I'm gonna add I need to know the names of all these little parts of the fish. I'm not a marine biologist. Okay, so this part here, make sure you do not draw the line over this part, because you know, it covers the body. So just make sure. I mean, you can draw a line there, and then it comes back down. Draw the mouse. We're gonna fill it in with teeth. Now, if you have a color pencil, you can color this in actually, and maybe I'll show you guys that next time. But you can color it in now, with any color you want, really. I think sharks are mostly grayish color, I think. Yeah. And here is eye. Of course, you don't need the eyebrow. I just added that because I thought it was funny. And the sharks are always kind of mean. And we're gonna finish up, adding some line here. And look what we have here, a shark. And how long did that take? You know, you can use this method to draw other fishes too. You know, if you just don't, maybe if you don't draw the mouse like that, if you just draw a happy mouse, do a big eye, you know,